Hello, my name is Tavares Brewington, one of the founders of Street2ivy. Street2ivy is an online marketplace dedicated to improving underserved communities by supporting the creation and growth of small businesses. Street2ivy is meant to describe the personal stories of the founders of the organization. We all come from humble beginnings. We have our own personal challenges and had to challenge institutional barriers along our individual roads to success. And for me in particular, my challenges were, I grew up in a household with parents who had very little formal education. For most of my childhood, we lived in poverty. And we were always being told, whether it's verbal, nonverbal, that our options were limited. But fortunately for me, I had a lot of great mentors and people who poured into my life, who actually told me and made me believe that if I can look beyond my present circumstances and have a vision for my future and think big and creatively and outside the box and couple that vision and dreaming with hard work, I can actually be more than what I see in front of me. And so, taking that message to heart, I've been blessed in my career to go to college. I went on to law school. I worked for major law firms. I was a federal prosecutor for the Department of Justice. I've worked for Fortune 50 companies. And it was one day when I was in class at Cornell Business School, I was reflecting on my journey. And that is where the name Street2ivy came from, because when I was sitting there, I was thinking about all the positive things that were done for me to allow me to succeed. So the mission of the business is to help others move from those challenges in their lives to that place they want to be. The name Street2ivy is what's meaningful to me. We don't assume that everyone wants to go to Ivy League school, but we do know that many people have their personal street, and they have their unique ivy. And the mission of our business is to help more individuals move from their street to ivy. So another thing that makes Street2ivy different is our social mission. We believe that small businesses are the pillar of communities. In the United States, there are 28 million small businesses and approximately 58 million employees of those small businesses. In communities that have a strong small business contingent do well from a wealth creation standpoint. And there are some communities that face significant challenges in establishing small businesses and growing those small businesses. And those challenges have a ripple effect. Those communities struggle from a financial standpoint. The school systems are impacted, the tax base is impacted. So what we want to do with Street2ivy is not only highlight the creative and what we believe paradigm shifting ideas that exist in those communities, we also want to take the revenues or the net profit from Street2ivy to reinvest in those small businesses and those communities. And we want to provide a place where consumers who are concerned about this issue can contribute by just shopping, just by getting to know these small businesses, spending money with these small businesses, and we will take those profits and reinvest them in those communities. We want to change the way people think about business. We want people to understand and believe that a business can be both good and have at its core a mission of doing good and also be profitable. Those two things aren't mutually exclusive. We believe that businesses have an obligation to reinvest in the communities in which they operate and those communities that support it. And that is our goal. So when we think about Street2ivy in the future, we think about a rallying point for socially conscious businesses and socially conscious consumers who are dreaming big, supporting each other, thinking outside the box, getting great products and services from each other, having fun, and that's what we see as the future of Street2ivy. So if a business wants to be one of our vendors at Street2ivy, there are a couple of things that need to be in place. We have certain criteria for the businesses that we want to profile. One, you have to be a small business. You have to have under 100 employees. You have to have a clear social mission, right? What we're doing with Street2ivy is we want to positively impact the communities in which we operate. And that's not just for Street2ivy, but it's the businesses that we support also. And also you have to have your unique products, innovative products. You can't just resell other products. You have to bring something creative to the marketplace. And so if you're that type of business and you want to be on Street2ivy, what you do is go to www.street2ivy.com and click on Become a Vendor and submit a profile request, and then we'll take it from there.